Club Radio. Club Radio.
Check it out.
Drop it.
What's up, everybody? You are tuned in to Club Like Radio, and I'm your man, Motionplus, representing the almighty Scribbling Idiots Crew. If you're not listening to this, then you need your earplugs pulled out, the wax removed, and some sense knocked into your head.
Welcome to a place where the freaks all gather. Gather round, listen while I leaks my data. Better man, banned from the function. Man, I'm a batter man, my chatter got gumption. Sound protested, down the whole session. Rounds go bucking, no ducking the connection. Sound is the SI, why I try to test my southpaw. Right jaw words, let the mess fly. I'm a brass knuckle sock with an 8-ball. Swinging in a pool room, a gym had to take y'all. I'm like Muhammad Ali in the garden. Clash is my clay, cause I'm just getting started. God is the of this chip on my shoulder. Attitude bigger than a Colorado boulder. Eskimo tongue cause my words are getting colder. Ready to explode cause I'm going supernova. Sick of the nonsense, throw them in the mosh pit. Bang them with a double kick, now they feeling nauseous. Every word that these rappers wanna quote, or trappers in they dope, but I jab them in the throat. Pray for my neighbor but the block is so gutter. I gotta pick a battle so I'm praying for they mothers. Kids under covers cause the dark is so scary. Drilling every day cause they think it's necessary. Chirac tell it, St. Louis told it. I'm found in the middle, I'm a Midwest poet. A reintroduction to the motion, I control it. So now you're tuned in where my heart and my soul is.
Club Light Radio, the inauguration once again. This is going to be our Table Talk edition, and we have a special guest here today. We wanted to bring on Motionplus. I'm telling you, he's got a brand new album out, Sound Protest 2, and we wanted to take some time to catch up with him and just let him just dish on what's the latest going on in his world, in his life, the background on this new project and just what he's got in the future. So come on and greet the crowd.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing?
Hey, and so can you tell everybody where you are right now, what the degrees are?
Hey, listen, I'm in the Midwest. I'm in the mighty state of Illinois. I'm right on the Mississippi River. I'm like 2 hours north of St. Louis. Imagine where that's at on the map. And it's called Quincy, Illinois. Small town, about 50,000 people. It's where I grew up. And ironically, looking at the temperature outside, it's about 54 degrees. So we're getting out of having a ton of snow. It's starting to melt. So, spring is here, and I'm excited about it.
Oh, that's crazy, because I moved to Phoenix from Detroit, so I understand that cold. I do. And
yeah, Midwest coast.
Man, I know that Midwest winter. As soon as it turns like 50 degrees, they're out there in shorts.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was at the mall yesterday and it was like crazy people with shorts on. I was like, okay, it ain't that warm yet, but do your thing.
Do you know what 50 degrees looks like here in Phoenix? I'm gonna tell you right now, a state of emergency. It's freezing.
Yeah, for sure. But ironically, I went on tour. I used to be signed to this record. And I went on tour with Man of War for my very first time.
Oh, yeah.
It would have been, I think, 04 was? No, it was 05. And I went and I left St. Louis, Missouri. Caught the plane from St. Louis, Missouri. We were having a blizzard. I'm not exaggerating. It was February. It was like 14 degrees, and I landed in Phoenix, Arizona, and it was 75 degrees, man. And I was like, oh.
Yes, where God lives. I'm trying to tell people where God lives until August.
But summertime, I've been out there in a concrete place out there. So, it gets sweltering out there in AC, but yeah, it's just beautiful out there.
Yeah, we definitely vacation in the summertime just like everybody else because it gets hot. That is for real. And I definitely don't want to go to hell if that's the case because it's too hot.
For sure.
Oh my gosh. Well, so glad that you decided to stop in here with us at Club Light. And I just wanted to ask you, and I don't think a lot of people really understand this, but this is like your 9th album?
Yeah, I've put out quite a few albums. I think for solo albums, that's probably my 7th. And then you could count the Somebody's record that I did with Casmetta, who's my fellow, brethren in Scribbling Idiots. And then, of course, there's 2 Scribbling Idiot albums out. So I would dare to say that makes it 9 albums.
Unbelievable.
Then I'm trying to think of what else. There's some miscellaneous projects running around or something.
I'm sure you're on a lot of projects before you did your own solo project because that's usually how that goes. So, but yeah, I was like 9 albums deep. And so looking at this album, I noticed this one is Sound Protest 2 and Sound Protest 1 came out a long time ago.
Yeah, a real long time ago. It's kind of weird because, like, Sound Protest 1 was kind of my demo. It's like how I got my record deal with Syntax when I first got signed by them. I was creating that. I was really good friends with Caboose. I don't know. A lot of people know who Caboose is.
Oh yeah, we know who Caboose is. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so Caboose used to be like my best friend. I miss his friendship, but life changes sometimes. And he's a busy man doing his thing up there in Bemidji, Minnesota. But we chat still. But me and him were real close, and during that time, I kind of did some touring with him, and he was still, I think, with Flyway Records at the time. And we just started to, he connected me with a bunch of people beat-wise, like, because I was limited with my production at the time. So he connected me with a bunch of people, and in return, I connected with a guy named Luke Garrity. And Luke Garrity was signed to Syntax. He was pretty much a Syntax staple at that moment. And I also connected with Manowar. And I got a couple beats from the Rock Domes, which is the owner of Syntax Records. And I just started to make these records. And he was like, well, let me hear it. And I let him hear it. And that whole album basically got me my deal. And it was originally going to be released in Japan. And I'm not sure if that happened. I think that it did. But
nobody told you, that's for sure.
No, I don't know. I can't remember exactly what happened because the time was there was so much changing in the market during that time and what was going on. But there was definitely a Sound Protest cover that nobody's really ever seen, and I wish I could use it. But that's a different story. But what happened is that was the demo, and to be honest with you, I can barely stand to listen to that record because sonically it's just so dirty. But I'm blessed that a lot of people consider it a classic on my part. So if the listeners love it, as artists, we're always so critical on ourselves. You know what I mean?
Very true.
But there was a Tony Stone beat on there, and there was like a Reflex Architect and a guy named Charlie Brown that was a staple producer for Caboose, and it just has a really good vibe to it. And so yeah, the long story, I made that a really long story, but long story short, I created that record in 2004 and 2005. And then when I left Syntax Records in 2007, and the Earth put it out to their distribution, which was ironically through Syntax Records, and it came out really majorly on the market in 2009, and still continues to be a great seller for me.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm telling you, you have some real classic material on all of these albums. And your style is definitely for those who really love backpacking hip hop that just, grew up in the cut. I mean, just do it for the love to some degree. And it's something because even in this time and day where people are transitioning quite a bit, and some people would call it, keeping up with the market trend or keeping up with what's reaching right now. But you still managed, even in this album, to squeeze out a completely authentically hip hop sound. Now, you got to tell me what made you make that decision to stick with what you've been doing up until this point.
Well, I mean, for the artists that know me and know how I get down, like, I found myself doing a lot of shows with people that do trap music and do all types of stuff, and I can bring forth an energy that can still captivate those type of crowds. But the reason why I stay authentically hip hop is because it's just rooted in me. I don't feel like we should have to be trend followers. We should be trend makers or makers. Follow the heart, basically. And I'm an older guy, you know what I mean? And I come from the golden era. Like, I grew up off of what I consider golden era hip hop. And so lyricism means a lot to me. And unfortunately, in this day and age, when you put forth a lot of lyricism and you really focus on your patterns and motifs and metaphors and similes and whatnot, you get kind of categorized in that type of scene. You know what I mean? I like to rhyme over classic feeling hip-hop. I still love jazz roots. I still love chop. Nothing makes me more happier than a DJ Premier beat.
Right.
So it's like that's what's embedded in me. But I try to still keep it modern. I don't want it to sound dated. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, I try to still put forth my best foot with lyricism, and I try to pick beats that still feel golden, but at the same time maybe has a little modern feel to it. I can rhyme over pretty much anything, but I just think it's important to stand out and be unique and be yourself. And you don't have to follow what's going on. You just need to follow your heart and just give it.
That's awesome. And that's exactly what that was something I had a conversation with a few different artists about very recently, is about that idea of staying connected to what's in your heart. And so, as we all know, if you're a copy of something, you're not going to last too long because you're already a copy. So that means the trend's going somewhere else already.
You know, where I come from, no biters were allowed.
No biters, man. I'm with you.
No biters allowed. It's like, if you didn't, I come from a time where it was about, you had to have your own unique style. And I like to think that I definitely do. You know, and I like to think that everybody in my Scribbling Idiots Crew, from Casmetta Just Me to Theory Has It, Wonder Brown, Mouth of Orange, you put us all together on one record, and there's a lot more liars. You know, we're all different individuals. We all have a different style. And it's like, that's what's important. That's what made Deep Space 5 so unique. You know, you had Manchild, you had Plato, you had Syntax the Terrific, you had, Sivion, the Fred B, all of them were different. And everybody had a unique style. And nowadays, you can put on a record, and unfortunately, it sounds like, oh, he sounds like so-and-so, or he sounds like, this person or that person. It's like you can't differentiate anything. You know, everybody either sounds like Drake or Wayne, or,
True.
Or T.I., or, Young Thug, unfortunately, now, or, like Future, you auto-tuned out. It's just like, where's the artistic value in that?
That's so, I think you just brought up something really important, because I have to scroll through a lot of music in order to do our shows. And when I'm going through music, though, it feels like so many people are doing the exact same flow, like just the exact same flow. And the only thing that's distinguishing them from one person from another ain't even the beat, even that. I mean, it's really just you knowing the tone of their voice, or maybe just the actual lyrics that they're using. But overall, everybody's using the exact same flow. Now, do you find that that's happening also? I know that happens a lot right now when it comes to secular hip hop. I'm seeing that trend quite a bit with Christian hip hop at this point. What do you think is the cause of that?
I mean, I just think that people want to be accessible. People want to be, if they think, there's no pride looking in encouraging these artists to be themselves. The radio tells you the same, 10, 15 songs every hour on the hour, and they say, okay, this defines what a hit is. So when you're defining what a hit is, okay, well, I need to sound like this. So they want to be accessible. So they think that nobody's going to feel them unless they sound like this, because people are scared to stand out and be themselves. If you look at a mainstream artist who I think is the most unique, and subject matter some people might like, some people might not like, is Kendrick Lamar. Mm-hmm. He's really setting a standard of, I'm going to be myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And back to it, another mainstream artist that's really kind of, going to it, and at first he really didn't, but now he is, because he realized it is a J. Cole.
Yeah.
So maybe in doing that, it'll spark that thought again that, hey, we need to be unique and we need to be ourselves. But it's the fear of not succeeding, I think, is what makes people do that same type of flow all the time. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's just like, it's like they're scared to fail. They think that, I gotta sound like this person. But what they don't realize is they can really benefit from being unique, because that's going to make you stand out. It might not be the fastest get on as you want to, but if you copy somebody's style and bite somebody's style and get on, you're going to fall right off as soon as that style is not cool anymore. It's going to go back down to whether or not you got skills and to continue to craft good music. And if you can't, because your style is put out, then you just take the role of everybody else that nobody remembers anymore. So, I don't know. It's difficult. It's difficult, and you wish that artists would just wake up, because, again, there was a time where you couldn't sound like somebody, or you would get looked at sideways. And I think we've just lost that.
Man, I'm telling you, this conversation is going deep right now. We're going to go to another track right now. I want you to stay locked right here to Club Light Radio. We're having Table Talk right now with Motionplus.
I won't change. You won't change either. We the same. You got amnesia.
You're now rocking with the blessed. Listening to Club Light Radio. I'm your man, Motionplus. Salute.
Don't forget the unforgettable. When love is one syllable, affection never felt too impressed. It's all stress, so we exchange it at a minimal, a minuscule. When we all been the full, yeah, you know the rest. I've been forgotten, but my heart is never rotten. I'm a queen with no king, but my dreams are never stopping. Prophetic, beyond medic, beyond the artificial. No tissue is prosthetic, we on edit. So let's change up, forget we ever knew it. Alzheimer's, totally forgetting that we blew it. Life in the bubble, no trouble. We assuming that it's sweet like Hubba Bubba, so we biting and we chewing. Life isn't ruined, it's a beautiful session. Forgive me if I don't want to take your suggestion. I give it all to God, that's a beautiful blessing. If you don't remember, I'll remind and I'll mention that I won't change, you won't change either. We the same. You got amnesia, amnesia, don't need ya, amnesia, amnesia, don't need ya, amnesia.
Yeah, guess you let it slip your mind. Had your face in the book, news feed on your timeline. How quickly we forget, let me rewind time. Seen it coming in my mind's eye from the blind side. Thought we would age gracefully just like some fine wine. Now I'm finding through the grapevine, it ain't the right time. You ain't even ripe yet, can't be in your right mind. You only receiving what they squeezing through the pipeline. Let me remind you what you forgot to remember. All the knowledge and wisdom been in you since the beginning. Love is the message I've been stressing in every sentence. If every time I tell you, you just forget it, does it make a difference? I won't quit it even if it feels strange. We had 50 first dates and I still feel the same. So I'ma press replay and do it one more again and hope it all pays off in the end. But then again,
I won't change, you won't change either. We the same. You got amnesia, amnesia, don't need ya, amnesia, amnesia, don't need ya, amnesia.
Love is not pain, it's the baggage we keep with. Problems A and B or the reasons we see sick. See through personas of the reasons we leave quick. Bag of insecurities we carry and leave with. Forgotten in the closet with the bones in the old coat. Dance through my two-step, grooving with old folks. Got a wifey and some seats so it's no joke. Never so dope, but I'm doper than most folks. Introduction to my past and my past ways. Forget it every day because Christ made a pathway. So I remember the render, return to sender. No, I don't surrender. Tender my heart and mark and send it. Bang my noggin on the wall till I bleed out. I'm not trying to take a beating like I'm Steve Stout. I'm just trying to water seeds with the weeds out. Make a memory before we fall like our knees out. But
I won't change, you won't change either. We the same. You got amnesia, amnesia, don't need ya, amnesia, amnesia, don't need ya, amnesia.
Hey, again, this is DJ Georgia Nicole right here on Club Light, and we're having a table talk, with Motionplus, and I'm telling you, if you missed the first half of this conversation, I mean, he was really going in and just talking about where people are in the industry and what they're going to need to do in order to stay faithful to what it is that they've been given as a talent, as a gift, and an offering to hip-hop. So, hey, say hi to the crowd again one more time.
Yeah.
Yes, he's here in the I can't call the freezing cold right now of Illinois, but they're having spring weather, so I'm not going to be too bad about it. But yeah, so I just wanted to pick that up. I was
Freezing ahead right now.
He said he's freezing. I'm not mad at him at all. This is cool. We have his new album, Sound Protest 2, and we were just talking a bit about his originality on the project and the maturity also on the project, because it is a very mature project, and he's found a way to mix lyricism with solid faith concepts and beats that are just awesomely ambient and you can just play from beginning to end. So I want to go ahead and ask you now, where are you going with this particular album? Are you getting ready to go on tour? What's the plan right now?
You know, it's really weird because that album really supposed to drop kind of in early December of 2014, and just different things made me push it back, and I dropped it January the 6th. But it's really just a warm-up record for my next album, which is called Doomsday Prepper.
Oh.
And that's actually going to come out. It was going to come out April 28th, but I'm down with Page One from the Outsiders Crew now. I don't know how many people listening would really know them, but like Fly Digger was an outsider, and she used to be with Busta Rhymes with Most Squad.
Oh, yeah.
And I used to the Outsiders. Eminem used to be an outsider. Recently shouted them back out in a song. So I'm down with Phase 1 now, and we're going to do a video in NYC on April the 4th. And then I go on tour to support both Down Protest 2 and Doomsday Prepper with the Scribbling Idiots. We're doing a 19-day run.
Nice.
Regional Ohio, Michigan, Kentucky, I'm trying to think where else we're touching. Indiana, just kind of regional.
Yeah, because I really like that. Man, I need to get out there.
Yeah, so it's going to be me, Casimir, Mount Warren, I believe Winter Brown, just he's going to do some of the shows. So it's going to be almost the whole crew, minus like Theory has it, because obviously he lives in Portland. And then, and actually I'm working on a run with Theory Hazard in May with out west, because I am basically an Oregon resident, even though I'm in Illinois right now. I'm in Illinois to take care of some business here, and this is my hometown, like I said, but I'm also a resident of Medford, Oregon. So,
wow.
That's where my wife is right now. I'm missing much.
Aww.
And, so I'll be back out that way after I'm done touring, but I have a vinyl album coming out on F5 Records based out of St. Louis. And so I came back to take care of that. And that's going to be a whole another 8-song project that's going to be exclusively on vinyl. So I got a lot going on. So it's kind of hard. It is, what am I doing without Protest 2? I am just grinding it out. I think it's the best album that I've done so far in my life. I continue to grow. Every artist wants to say that, but I can truly, sincerely say that my heart and soul is in that record. If you listen to it, which I know you have, you know that that's really, really soul music right there. Mm-hmm. So, like, my heart and soul is in that record, and I want to see it do great things, but I also consider it a warm-up record. You know what I mean? Like, I hadn't released anything for 2 years, and just needed to get out there and be heard. And so, yeah, I am definitely supporting it. I'm definitely grinding it. If I can give a shout out, it is exclusively. I haven't put it on iTunes. I don't know if I'm going to put it on iTunes, but I'm doing such a full campaign for Doomsday Prepper. So I might just keep it exclusively at my Bandcamp, which is, motionplus.bandcamp.com. So if you want to listen to it, it streams free, and if you feel it, download it. So support it.
I love it. And I'm telling you, it's so nice to hear that you guys are together as a crew, because you guys have been around a really long time. And,
10 years.
Yeah, like 10 years is a long time in this game right here. I think it's probably been about 10 years since we've been allowed to actually perform in churches as Christian hip hop artists. So, this is awesome to hear that you guys are still traveling as a super crew, because back in the day, you guys were known as pretty much the Wu-Tang of Christian hip hop. I mean, you guys were like this big super crew that came together and would just smash every concert. So
it's like I always use the benchmark of like 10 years this year that Idiomatic Volume 1 came out. Mm-hmm. That was our first mixtape as a crew. And of course, I think I'm only on 1 or 2 songs on that. Shame on them for doing that. But anyway, that's the benchmark. Scribbling Idiots was around before that. The family members of Cats met at Dusty, and I think that they connected in 03 at Scribble Jam, hence the name why it's called Scribbling Idiots. Like they met at Scribble Jam, and then they started to put the crew together. I think I was one of the middle members to join. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Just through relationships, and we've done a lot of shows together. And 2 years ago, me, Casanetta, and Mount Warren went out as a 3-man crew, still representing Scribbling Idiots, and did a nationwide tour. And it's just grassroots for us. It's like it's a no-brainer. Any of us can all come together and at any time and just represent the Scribbling Idiots. Like I said, with the West Coast thing, I'm trying to work on with Theory Hazard. Elias is going to join us.
Oh, nice.
In Elias. So we're just trying to keep it moving, and it's just it's an easy brand to have, and we worked hard on it, and I think we made music of integrity. We've gotten a lot of flack in the Christian market, like a lot of, I've been called carnal Christian rap, unfortunately, because they say we focus on hip-hop more than we focus on Jesus.
Oh, boo.
I think if you listen to the message, it's undeniably Jesus. We just don't say Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. We don't do praise and worship rap. We make music for people that sick. We don't make music for the well. So some people make Christian rap to edify the body. We don't. We make music to help the sick. You know what I mean?
I love it.
And in some ways or another, we're all work in progress, but we're all sick at any given time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, that could be a whole other subject that we could go a whole hour on. You know what I mean? But yeah, we've worked hard on our brand, and I think we're very respected in our position. So it's a blessing for sure.
Yeah, and we're always excited. We definitely want you to catch up with Motionplus. I mean, you can catch him on Twitter at Motionplus. Give them all your contact information. I know you're on Bandcamp and they can download and get the CD right there. Any other contact information you want to share with everybody?
Oh man, let's see. I mean, you can if you're interested in booking or anything like that after hearing this, you can contact me at motionplus@gmail.com. I keep it really simple. My Twitter is at Motionplus. Keep that simple. Instagram, you can see me at mo.plus, so it's mo.plus on Instagram. Somebody took my Motionplus before I could give it shame on them.
Give it back, people.
And then on Facebook, it's just, I got a fan page that's obviously Motionplus. Or if you want to add me direct, hey, I don't turn down any friend requests. I love everybody. And that one, Facebook.com/BrassKnucklePills. So that one's a little bit different because that's not personal. So, yeah, that's basically my info. Again, Motionplus.bandcamp.com. And, of course, a lot of my other records are found on iTunes. So you can find me anywhere.
Yep, he's everywhere, and he keeps it simple. So just look for Motionplus, and you will find him. Well, thanks.
I wish they would have copyrighted my name because Weed Controllers just messed it up.
Oh man, yeah, isn't that crazy when you search that thing on Google and all you see is this Weed Controller thing pop up? That's hilarious.
Listen, I had that name first, so I feel like I would be a very rich man if I would have copyrighted my name.
Oh man, words of wisdom to anybody out there. Just go ahead and copyright your name. If you like it, you don't even know what you're going to use it for, just copyright it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was too busy battle rapping. I guess I should have been worried about branding.
Oh my
that's
God.
neither here nor there.
Well, that's okay. We're gonna get him a brand manager going forward.
Yeah, I need that. I need a manager and a brand manager, and I need somebody. I don't know. I need a lot of things in my life.
Oh my gosh, y'all! You see, asking it shall be given, bro. We'll see who's out. Whoever's out there, if you got them kind of gifts, please hit a brother up. Please help him out. He's got places to be.
I appreciate it.
Well, so again, thanks for coming out and talking with us. Again, this is DJ George and Nicole on Club Light Radio, and again, this is Table Talk. Check us out at clublightradio.com and check us out next week.